Hello everybody and welcome to Age of Warhammer. As you can see from the thumbnail, we have been dropped from the review list by Games Workshop without any sort of feedback or reasoning. Very disappointed in the way they've handled the situation. They haven't even contacted me to let me know. They haven't sent me an email. They've stopped responding to my emails, which I think is really disgusting because we've supported them for 7 years and we had really good communications back in the day with the actual Warhammer community. It was actually Eddie Eccles that invited me to join the Warhammer community and join the review list. Up until then, we just created content for fun. So very disappointing that nobody has the decency to actually explain to us why we were dropped. I've sent 6 emails to them and I've got not a single response. I was going to confront them at Warhammer Fest, but we left very quickly because the show was absolutely awful. And that's not to do with the actual, being reduced from the program and stuff like that. It's because it was an awful show. The dust has settled now and the anger is gone, but I wasted a lot of money and a lot of time going to that event. So, yeah, but we didn't really get a chance to speak to anybody. So I understand in lots of ways why we've been dropped. So please don't think that like I'm being bitter and whatever else. I do understand why we have been dropped, but it's the way it's been done that really doesn't sit right. We were doing them a lot of favors during the COVID outbreak and when people were in lockdown, etc. We helped create content, helped create a buzz for Warhammer with the blog that we had at the time. We did loads of regular content, loads of writing, spent many hours supporting them. So for them to just drop us and not explain why is very, very disappointing. It's disgusting, in fact, I think. But like I say, I do understand. We weren't creating enough original content. We're not painters at this channel. We don't really enjoy painting. We're not going to be able to do it to the same standard as some of the people out there like Duncan, Mediocre Hobbies, and Richard Gray, the Grimdark Compendium. All painting is really covered, and it's not something we're going to ever take people away from those channels. And it's not something we ever have really focused on. If someone wants to know how we paint something, they can ask us, but it's not something we've ever focused on. So what are we? What are we as a channel? At the moment, we're just a review channel. We've just been a review channel for the last year, and we haven't really done anything unique. We haven't shown any of our own products and any of our own models. We haven't shown any of our own terrain. We haven't done any of those sort of things because when it comes to the review model from Games Workshop, we were getting stuff every week. We were getting stuff for Age of Sigmar, which we originally had a lot of time for, but that's kind of evolved into something that we're not massive fans of anymore. But it's something we will dip our toes in, but it's not the be all and end all. Horus Heresy, to me, died a death. The game system itself died a death, and it became ridiculous. And I've not gone back to it with the latest edition, which I hear is slightly improved, but even then I've heard it's not particularly good. But 40k is kind of where our hobby is at. We play 40k Kill Team, and we play some we play Warcry as well. Sorry, I couldn't remember the name. Oh, and Lord of the Rings. We love Lord of the Rings. So those are the game systems which we play and intend to focus on. So disappointing to have been dropped, really disappointing, and all we can do really is look to the future of the channel. So what we've decided to do is to rebrand the channel and remove the Games Workshop centric name, Age of Warhammer. A lot of companies aren't going to work with us because of the name Age of Warhammer, so we've decided it's something we'd like to rebrand. Also, we'd like to do something a bit more gaming centric, so we don't want to be limited to just tabletop gaming. We would like to be able to do stuff like role play games and film those, and we'd like to do board games maybe, and do some reviews on how we play those. Only specific types of board games. You're not going to see Monopoly on here, but that's the sort of thing we'd like to be able to do going forward. But we are predominantly going to be a tabletop wargaming channel. So we've reached out and we've spoken to a couple of the other big companies out there, some of the big players in the game, places like AMG. So hopefully we're going to be doing a lot more Star Wars content. So Star Wars is massive and something that I've been a fan of my entire life. So really excited by that, as well as Shatterpoint. The Marvel game as well, Crisis Protocol. Looking forward to getting our teeth into some of that. And Blood and Plunder is a pirate game. I'm quite interested in pirates, so that'll be quite good fun. So we're hoping we're going to have some content around that, and doing some terrain tutorials. The studio is now really well set up, and we're hoping we're going to be able to do some terrain tutorials, and also do some how we do some boards and do cheap boards and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be good to see where the channel goes from here, because we really want to start focusing on some narrative gameplay and creating our own narrative stories, bits of fluff around our own characters, which we want to create into like little audios. And we want to do battle reports which link to each other and actually have like an overall story. And we've got some big surprises for that. But we've also got the idea for our own products that we would like to start producing as well. So there's a lot we've got going on, and we just need to kind of... we now have the opportunity to do that, which I find really exciting. So yeah, it's going to be good. We're very much looking forward to the future of the channel now. And we would like to thank everybody who's liked and subscribed so far. If you haven't, please consider liking and subscribing, and put some comments below to let us know again what you would like to see, if there's any content you'd like to see going forward from us. So yeah, that's it really. I just wanted to give this really sort of quick update just to explain the future of the channel and explain what's happened. Really, it's very disappointing, as I said, especially the way that they've done it, but as again, we can understand it. I don't want people to think that I'm just bitching and moaning about it for the sake of it. So yeah, I understand. But anyway, thanks everybody for listening. Thanks for putting up with my little voice for a little while, and I will hopefully speak to you all soon.